Matthew Speedy Dragon, he surprised a few punters last time out, winning at $38. Did he surprise you with that win?
Yeah, of course. We don't expect he can win that well last start, but he did. I think maybe the good draw and he travel really smooth and happy, so he can finish off.
His track work since then, Matthew, you've ridden him on a number of occasions. How's he been in the morning since that win?
He always pretty quiet in the morning. He don't fight and quite relaxed. So he in the track you don't feel like he's a sprinter, but he isn't good. Feel happy, everything alright. So hopefully he can keep the same performance.
And a ride here for David Hall. He might not be your boss anymore. You're not an apprentice anymore, but good to see you and him still working together.
I gotta say thank you to Mr. Hall. Now I am senior jockey. He's still give me some good support, and I still do quite a bit work and trial for him. So I hope we can keep the good connection.
Chad, quadruple double. You rode him in the Griffin Trophy last time out. What was your take on his run there?
I thought it was a nice run. Obviously, he was beaten by a better horse. But I thought he battled on well for second. He seems to be getting the 1400 metres nicely. He's obviously got good gate speed. He puts himself up there and makes his own luck. And if he doesn't get too much pressure up in front, I'm sure he'll run a similar race.
He's still a colt. He's yet to win a race. Do you question his attitude at all, or is it just a case of he hasn't quite got his opportunity?
I just don't think he's got his opportunity. He's got a lovely attitude. He tries really hard in his races. He's a small horse, so he needs things to go his way, but he's definitely going to pick one up in Class 4. It's just a matter of time.
He's drawn 11, but you mentioned that speed he's got. Would it be the plan to use that like you did last time out?
I'd say so. It's tricky from that draw, but he jumps very quickly and he's naturally fast, so we'll get him across and give him every chance to see out the trip.
Douglas, encouraging. Really good win from him 2 starts ago. What were your thoughts on his last run?
Probably a little under par. He really showed a good turn of foot first up, and he won with a bit of authority. He almost seemed to be a little bit disappointing next time. I think he ran okay, but I probably was expecting him to kick a bit more. Having said that, he seemed to have held his form.
How's his work been? You rode him in a gallop on Wednesday morning?
He hasn't done much. He's just sort of ticked along, and he felt fine. He felt in good order.
You've also had a bit to do with him throughout his time here in Hong Kong. You rode him last season, you've ridden him this season. Have you noticed any changes or any differences in that time with him?
I think physically he seems to have put on a bit of condition, and he's looking well within himself, and he's beginning better. He's putting himself in the race and in a winnable position, whereas before he seemed to be slow away and always tend to have excuses coming from too far back. So mentally he seems to have adapted and changed slightly.
Sam, calculation back up to 1,650 metres. Does he get his chance on the weekend?
I think so, yeah. It seems to be his pet distance. He's got a good record on the track and surface, so I think he can run well. Last start he just got run off his legs a little bit over the 1,200. Still a nice run, but they went very fast. So back up to the 1,650 today, he should get his chance to be competitive.
He's one of 2 horses in the race from John Sizer's stable, the other being Raging Blitzkrieg. You've ridden them both. Is there much between them?
Oh, look, they're both consistent types, actually. Raging Blitzkrieg, he's having his first try at the distance. But again, he's always very competitive and very consistent, so not a lot between them. Calculation's got more weight, so that'll probably be a bit tougher for him, but he's proven it, proven on the course and distance and proven in Class 2 as well.
We mentioned John Size. You've ridden a lot for him, both here or also a trip to Japan. What's he like to ride for, and what have you learned from him in your time in Hong Kong, Sam?
Yeah, he's very easy to ride for. He talks over a game plan, but he expects if there's any changes in the race, he expects you to show initiative and do what you think's right. So he's very easy for a jockey's point of view to ride for, and his horses are always turned out in tip-top order. They're always going to run well, so that gives you a lot of confidence, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities he's given me here while I've been in Hong Kong. He's shown great faith in me, and it's awesome to be able to ride for him.
Shimmer and Shine, Chad hasn't raced in September, new stable, you've ridden him in a recent trial. How does he feel?
He felt great. Obviously, he's just come to Casper Founds now, and when he trialled, he wore blinkers and he led all the way, and he felt really good. He's got a really good record. He's a nice young horse on the way up, and let's hope he can get off to a good start in his new stable.
Were you happy with he felt from a fitness point of view?
Yes, he's a very athletic horse, and I think Casper's done a fair bit of work with him, so hopefully he can get a good trip in the race and run very well for me.
And from last season to this season, have there been any changes with him as far as maturity or those sort of things?
He's always been a lovely, sensible horse. He's very laid back in his work. He's a very athletic, big, strong horse, and I'm looking forward to riding him.
Is the draw awkward?
A little bit. There's a bit of pace inside me and outside me, so we'll bounce him out. He's got his lightweight, so we'll just bang him out and see where we end up.